So now that the collar ties are all in, the next step is to install our decking. So now that the collar ties are all in, the next step is to install our decking. We've got our 4x8 sheets of OSB, 23 30-seconds. Basically, we're gonna pull about an inch off of these rafters and then mark our floor joists at 49 inches, and then we'll get the chalk line and snap a line all the way down the room. And then we'll start with this corner here. With our first sheet, you want to make sure the tongue is facing away from you, so that when you're tapping in the next row, you're not beating on the tongue. You're going to be using a 2x4 block and then tap it in on the groove side. So we're marking the line, and then we'll start installing these sheets. We should get a pretty good bit done today, so I'll show you what that looks like. As always, let's have some fun. So we've got the blocking all done here. Keep these floor joists from rocking back and forth. Give us a good straight line to screw to.
This is the money shot.
So the trick here is to make sure that this first row is good and straight. That way the subsequent rows will be nice and straight, and it'll be a good square floor. And then also it's important that these sheets break on the floor joists. So you really want these to kind of end up on the center of the joist. And if for some reason it doesn't work out that way, then you can scab in a 2x4.
Good right there.
We got our liquid nails here. You want to put this on the joist first. I'm going to put this. We can glue down the subfloor. We're going to nail it down. Ring shank nails, 2 3/8 long. So that's how we're going to fasten it.
Get close to the line. Very nice, very nice.
Okay, another key is you don't want to nail too close to the tongue on the edge here, because remember, you got to tap in the next course. And so you don't want that end course nailed down too tight, or you won't be able to get your tongue in the groove.
Yeah. It's up here. We're gonna. Back into it. Yeah.
Got a little bit of a small problem as we're trying to install the decking for the loft. Where the center of the room is, the load-bearing wall, where the 2x8 floor joists, they overlap and they rest on top of that wall. Well, they're not exactly flush on top. So an old trick that my buddy George taught me is get you a power planer. I got the Porter cable here. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in finding this tool. And we'll just take this and we'll just plane over, you know, that little 1/4 inch that's popping up. Plane over that, and then that'll get the floor joists even with one another, where they're just sticking up just a hair. So let me show you what that looks like.
Good. Jump right See how much that moves, man?
So this is super exciting. This is when the loft is starting to take shape. The next day or so we'll be able to walk around up there and then kind of get a feel for the space. So I'm excited.